Hello and welcome to another soothing episode of Drowsily. Today we'll uncover the evolution of the mirror, a timeless companion that first showed humanity its own face in rippling pools, evolving into the clear portals we now know. Breathe deeply and join me on this tranquil and reflective path. In the quiet hush of prehistoric dawn, where the world was a canvas of untamed wilderness, early humans first encountered their reflections in the still pools of ancient rivers, the water's surface smooth as silk under the gentle caress of a breeze. The scent of damp earth and wild ferns lingered in the air, mingling with the distant rustle of leaves as they bent low, peering into the rippling mirror that captured their curious faces amid the soft glow of twilight. This natural glass, cool and fluid to the touch, whispered secrets of self in its subtle waves, inviting a dreamy contemplation of one's form against the backdrop of eternal time. As the sun dipped low, casting golden hues across the landscape, these watery reflections danced with the faint sounds of bubbling streams and chirping insects, lulling the mind into a serene rhythm of discovery. The texture of the water's edge, soft mud yielding under fingertips, evoked a tactile connection to the earth, while the faint aroma of blooming night flowers added layers of tranquility to the scene. In these moments, humanity's first glimpses of self were not mere images, but ethereal portals, blending the real with the imagined in a soothing haze. Venturing deeper into shadowed forests, wanderers found polished stones along riverbanks, their surfaces worn smooth by centuries of flowing currents, offering clearer visions than the ever-shifting water. The cool, unyielding hardness of these rocks, veined with subtle minerals, provided a stable reflection that hummed with the quiet vibration of the ground beneath. Scents of moss and pine resin enveloped the air, enhancing the meditative act of gazing, as if the stone itself breathed life into the mirrored soul. With each glance, the rhythmic patter of rain on leaves nearby amplified the sensory embrace, turning simple observation into a timeless ritual that eased the spirit toward restful thoughts. These early mirrors, born of nature's patient hand, held no artifice, only the pure, unadorned truth reflected in their glassy depths, fostering a gentle bond between observer and observed. As civilizations began to stir in the cradle of ancient Mesoamerica, around 1200 BCE, the Olmecs discovered the enigmatic allure of obsidian, a volcanic glass born from the fiery depths of the earth, its surface polished to a glossy sheen that captured reflections with an otherworldly clarity. The cool, razor-sharp edges of this black stone, smooth as polished silk under fingertips, evoked the scent of smoldering lava fields mingled with the fresh rain on tropical leaves, drawing the viewer into a hypnotic gaze. In quiet temple chambers, the faint echo of distant drums resonated, blending with the material's subtle hum, as priests used these mirrors for divination, seeing not just faces but visions of the divine in their dark, glassy depths. The obsidian's texture, dense and unyielding like frozen midnight, provided a stable portal to self-awareness, its faint mineral scent grounding the senses amid the rhythmic chants of ancient rituals. Trivia whispers that these mirrors, often shaped into concave forms for magnification, revealed intricate details of skin and eyes, fostering a dreamy introspection under the soft flicker of torchlight. As night fell, the sounds of nocturnal creatures outside added a soothing layer, turning each reflection into a gentle journey through personal and cosmic mysteries. Venturing to the highlands of Anatolia around 6000 BCE, early artisans experimented with hematite and pyrite, grinding them into rudimentary mirrors whose metallic flecks sparkled like stars in a velvet sky, offering glimpses distorted yet enchanting. The gritty, earthy feel of these minerals against the skin, accompanied by the aroma of clay kilns and wood smoke, invited a tactile exploration that lulled the mind into peaceful reverie. Historical accounts note that these proto-mirrors, sometimes embedded in jewelry, captured the play of sunlight with a warm golden haze, enhancing the sensory tapestry of daily life. With each polish, the rhythmic scraping of tools on stone created a calming cadence, echoing through time as users pondered their images amid the subtle scents of blooming wildflowers nearby. These early metallic surfaces, though imperfect, marked a shift from nature's whims to human ingenuity, weaving a narrative of progress in their reflective glow that eased the soul towards slumber. In the sun-baked sands of ancient Egypt around 4000 BCE, artisans forged the first metal mirrors from polished copper, its warm, reddish surface gleaming like the Nile at sunset, offering reflections that shimmered with a soft amber hue. The smooth, malleable texture of the copper, cool against the skin despite the desert heat, carried faint metallic scents mingled with the aroma of incense from nearby temples, inviting a tranquil gaze into one's own eyes. These discs, often adorned with intricate hieroglyphs, were used by pharaohs and priests alike, their rhythmic polishing sounds echoing through workshops like a lullaby from the gods. As twilight descended over the pyramids, the faint clink of tools on metal blended with the distant calls of ibises, creating a sensory symphony that eased the mind into reflective repose. Trivia reveals that these mirrors, sometimes backed with wood for stability, captured not just physical forms, but symbolized the soul's journey in Egyptian lore, their subtle warmth fostering dreamy meditations. The air, thick with the scent of lotus blossoms and myrrh, enhanced the hypnotic quality of the reflections, drawing users deeper into a peaceful narrative of eternity. Shifting to the fertile valleys of Mesopotamia around 3000 BCE, Sumerian craftsmen advanced to bronze mirrors, alloying copper with tin for a brighter, more durable surface that resisted tarnish like a steadfast guardian of time. The firm, resonant feel of bronze under fingertips, accompanied by the earthy smell of river clay and smoldering forges, provided a grounding tactile experience amid the bustling ziggurats. Historical events note that these mirrors featured in royal burials, such as those in Ur, where they lay beside jewels, their polished gleam whispering tales of ancient splendor. In the quiet hours of evening, the soft hum of wind through palm fronds harmonized with the mirror's subtle vibrations, turning each viewing into a soothing ritual that bridged the mortal and the divine. These bronze creations, with their enhanced reflectivity, marked a technical leap, allowing clearer self-study in the flickering light of oil lamps, all while enveloping the senses in a calming embrace of antiquity. Crossing the azure waves of the Mediterranean to ancient Greece around 600 BCE, philosophers and artisans refined bronze mirrors into elegant forms, their surfaces burnished to a lustrous golden sheen that captured the light of olive groves and marble temples. The firm, resonant texture of the bronze, warmed by the sun's gentle rays, carried scents of sea salt and blooming thyme, inviting a serene contemplation amid the rhythmic lapping of waves on rocky shores. These mirrors, often handheld with ornate handles depicting myths, reflected not only faces but the intellectual pursuits of thinkers like Pythagoras, who pondered symmetry in their gleaming depths. As dusk enveloped the Acropolis, the soft chime of distant lyres harmonized with the mirror's subtle polish, creating a calming auditory veil that eased the mind into philosophical reverie. Trivia notes that Greek women used these specula, as they were called, in daily rituals, their reflective quality enhanced by alloy tweaks for brighter images, fostering a dreamy connection to beauty ideals. The air, infused with the aroma of honeyed wine and incense from altars, added layers of sensory tranquility to each gaze. In the bustling forums of Rome by 100 BCE, Etruscan influences merged with Roman innovation, producing larger mirrors of polished silver, their cool, silky surfaces offering crisper reflections than bronze ever could, like moonlight on the Tiber's calm waters. The unyielding yet pliable feel of silver under touch, accompanied by the faint metallic tang and scents of lavender from villa gardens, provided a tactile anchor in the empire's expansive world. Historical events recount that these mirrors adorned the baths of emperors, such as Nero's Golden House, where they amplified the opulence in steam-filled chambers. With evening's arrival, the murmur of fountains and rustling silk robes blended into a soothing symphony, turning reflections into portals of imperial introspection. These silver advancements, though prone to tarnish, represented a pinnacle of ancient metallurgy, their gentle glow lulling observers into a peaceful narrative of conquest and culture. In the shadowed halls of Byzantine Constantinople around 500 CE, artisans elevated silver mirrors to new heights, coating them with protective layers to combat tarnish, their surfaces shimmering like the Bosporus under moonlight with a crisp ethereal clarity. The cool velvety touch of the silver infused with faint scents of beeswax polish and incense from grand basilicas drew observers into a meditative trance amid the rhythmic tolling of church bells. These mirrors, often framed in intricate gold filigree, featured in imperial courts where emperors like Justinian gazed upon their reflections, pondering laws that shaped empires. As evening vespers echoed through mosaic-adorned domes, the soft flicker of candlelight on the silver created dancing shadows, blending with the aroma of spiced oils to lull the senses into serene introspection. Trivia shares that these advancements included amalgam techniques, mixing silver with tin for durability, enhancing the dreamy quality of self-viewing in opulent settings. The air, heavy with the scent of myrrh and distant sea brine, amplified the hypnotic allure, turning each glance into a gentle voyage through personal legacy. Journeying eastward to the Tang Dynasty in China by 700 CE, craftsmen perfected polished bronze mirrors with intricate engravings of dragons and phoenixes, their golden hues reflecting like autumn leaves on tranquil ponds. The resonant, smooth texture of the bronze, carrying earthy scents of lacquer and blooming jasmine from imperial gardens, provided a tactile serenity in the quiet of scholarly pavilions. Historical events note that these mirrors were buried with nobility, such as in the tomb of Empress Wu Zetian, symbolizing eternal vigilance over the soul. In the hush of night, the faint strum of kukuan strings harmonized with the mirror's subtle gleam, weaving a calming narrative of harmony and balance. These Chinese innovations, incorporating magical inscriptions for protection, offered reflections that invited peaceful contemplation, bridging the mundane and the mystical in their enduring shine. Amid the misty highlands of medieval Europe around 1000 CE, monastic artisans in scriptoriums began experimenting with convex glass mirrors, blown into bulbous shapes and backed with lead for a distorted yet functional reflection, like peering through a dewy window into a softer world. The fragile, curved texture of the glass, smooth and cool to the touch, carried faint scents of molten sand and herbal inks from illuminated manuscripts nearby, inviting a quiet self-examination in the dim glow of candlelit cells. These early glass attempts, often small and handheld, were treasured by scholars like Hildegard of Bingen, who used them in visions of cosmic order, their rhythmic clinking in wooden boxes echoing through stone corridors. As vespers chimed softly in the abbey towers, the subtle warp of the reflection blended with the aroma of beeswax and parchment, lulling the mind into a contemplative haze of medieval mysticism. Trivia reveals that these convex mirrors amplified fields of view, a technical boon for artists depicting expansive scenes, fostering dreamy narratives of perspective and illusion. The air, laced with the scent of damp stone and distant rain, enhanced the sensory immersion, turning each gaze into a gentle portal to inner peace. In the opulent courts of the Islamic Golden Age by 900 CE, Persian and Arab scientists like Al-Kindi advanced mirror technology with polished metal alloys, incorporating mercury amalgams for smoother surfaces that gleamed like stars in the desert night sky. The sleek, amalgam-coated feel, slightly tacky yet lustrous, mingled with scents of rosewater attars and spiced teas from bustling bazaars, providing a tactile serenity amid scholarly debates. Historical events note that these mirrors featured in astronomical observatories, such as in Baghdad's House of Wisdom, aiding calculations that mapped the heavens. With the call to prayer fading into twilight, the faint tinkling of glass beads harmonized with the mirror's shine, weaving a soothing tale of scientific enlightenment. These innovations, blending alchemy and optics, offered clearer self-images that invited peaceful reflection, connecting the observer to the vast tapestry of knowledge in their silvery depths. Venturing into the Renaissance workshops of Venice around 1300 CE, master glassblowers pioneered the art of flat glass mirrors, coating crystal-clear sheets with tin mercury amalgam to achieve unprecedented reflectivity, like capturing the canal's serene waters in eternal stillness. The delicate translucent texture of the glass, smooth as a whispered secret against the skin, blended with scents of molten silica and salty lagoon air, drawing artisans into a rhythmic trance of creation amid the clatter of forges. These Venetian mirrors, guarded as trade secrets under penalty of death, adorned the palaces of Doges, reflecting the era's rebirth in art and science with a soft, luminous glow. As gondolas glided silently through twilight mists, the faint lap of water against stone harmonized with the mirror's subtle shimmer, lulling observers into dreamy visions of symmetry and proportion inspired by Leonardo da Vinci's sketches. Trivia unfolds that the amalgam process involved hazardous mercury vapors, yet yielded surfaces so pristine they revolutionized portraiture, allowing artists like Titian to study light's play in hypnotic detail. The air, perfumed with hints of spice from merchant ships, enhanced the sensory calm, turning each reflection into a gentle bridge between reality and illusion. In the royal courts of France by 1600 CE, Louis XIV's Hall of Mirrors at Versailles showcased hundreds of these silvered panes, their vast expanses gleaming like frozen sunlight, transforming spaces into infinite realms of grandeur. The cool, expansive feel of the glass walls, echoing with the soft rustle of silk gowns and distant harpsichord notes, provided a tactile majesty that enveloped visitors in opulent serenity. Historical events recall that this gallery hosted diplomatic triumphs, such as the Treaty of Versailles signing centuries later, its mirrors witnessing the ebb and flow of power in quiet splendor. With candle flames flickering in the evening hush, the aromatic blend of beeswax and floral perfumes wove a soothing veil, inviting peaceful contemplation amid the reflected opulence. These large-scale innovations, born from alchemical precision, marked a technical triumph, their enduring shine fostering a narrative of enlightenment that eased the spirit toward restful horizons. In the enlightened salons of 18th-century Europe around 1700 CE, mirrors evolved into essential furnishings, with French craftsmen perfecting the pouring of molten glass onto flat tables for larger distortion-free panes backed with tin amalgam, gleaming like polished rivers under chandelier light. The silky, expansive texture of these grand mirrors, cool and unblemished to the touch, mingled with scents of powdered wigs and lavender sachets, inviting noble gazes amid the rhythmic rustle of taffeta skirts. These advancements, spurred by the Rococo style, adorned Versailles imitators across continents, reflecting the era's pursuit of elegance in their soft, diffused glow. As evening drew veils of dusk over manicured gardens, the faint tinkling of crystal glasses harmonized with the mirror's subtle reflections, lulling minds into serene recollections of courtly intrigues. Trivia notes that mercury's toxic fumes plagued workshops, yet yielded surfaces so vivid they captured candle flames like captured stars, enhancing dreamy self-portraits. The air, laced with the aroma of fresh-baked pastries and distant violin strains, deepened the sensory tranquility of each viewing. Crossing the Atlantic to colonial America by 1750 CE, mirrors became symbols of prosperity, with silversmiths like Paul Revere crafting smaller versions from imported glass, their silvered backs offering clear images amid log cabin simplicity. The firm, framed feel of these mirrors, warmed by hearth fires, carried earthy scents of pine resin and simmering stews, providing a tactile comfort in frontier homes. Historical events reveal that such mirrors featured in revolutionary gatherings, silently witnessing debates that shaped nations in their quiet shine. In the still of night, the crackle of embers blended with the mirror's gentle gleam, weaving a soothing narrative of independence and innovation. These transatlantic adaptations, though modest, democratized reflection, allowing everyday folk to ponder their paths in the calming embrace of evolving craftsmanship. In the smoky factories of the Industrial Revolution in Britain around 1800 CE, inventors like Justus von Liebig revolutionized mirror production by developing the silver nitrate process, depositing a thin layer of metallic silver onto glass for mirrors that shone with unparalleled brilliance, like captured moonlight in a crystal vial. The slick, chemical-treated surface of the glass, cool and faintly acrid to the touch, blended with scents of ammonia vapors and coal fires from bustling mills, inviting workers into a rhythmic haze of innovation amid the clatter of machinery. These chemical mirrors, mass-produced for the first time, democratized vanity and utility, adorning homes from London to Liverpool with their soft, even reflections. As steam whistles pierced the twilight air, the faint sizzle of solutions on glass harmonized with the aroma of polished wood frames, lulling observers into serene visions of progress and precision. Trivia discloses that Liebig's method involved reducing silver nitrate with aldehydes, an alchemical leap that minimized distortions, fostering dreamy self-studies in well-lit parlors. The atmosphere, thick with the scent of fresh varnish and distant rain on cobbled streets, deepened the sensory calm of each gleaming pane. Shifting to the burgeoning cities of 19th-century America by 1850 CE, mirror factories in New York adopted and refined the silvering technique, producing ornate standing mirrors that captured the spirit of westward expansion in their expansive, flawless surfaces. The sturdy, framed glass, smooth as river-worn pebbles under fingertips, carried earthy scents of sawdust and metallic salts from assembly lines, providing a tactile anchor amid the hum of belt-driven tools. Historical events note that these mirrors featured in the opulent homes of industrialists like Vanderbilt, silently reflecting the Gilded Age's excesses in quiet elegance. In the quiet of evening lamplight, the soft tick of grandfather clocks blended with the mirror's subtle luster, weaving a soothing tale of ambition and reflection. These industrialized creations, with their chemical precision, marked an era of accessibility, allowing myriad souls to gaze upon themselves in the calming glow of advancing technology. In the humming laboratories of early 20th century Germany, around 1900 CE, chemists like Max von Laue explored vacuum deposition techniques, evaporating aluminum onto glass in sealed chambers to create mirrors with a lightweight, corrosion-resistant backing that gleamed like fresh snow under electric lights. The thin, metallic film, smooth and ethereal to the touch, carried faint scents of heated elements and ozone from arc lamps, inviting scientists into a rhythmic exploration amid the whir of pumps. These aluminum mirrors, less toxic than mercury amalgams, revolutionized optics, finding use in telescopes that peered into cosmic depths with quiet precision. As factory whistles signaled the end of day shifts, the subtle vacuum hiss blended with aromas of machine oil and polished alloys, lulling innovators into serene visions of boundless reflection. Trivia highlights that this process, involving high-heat evaporation, yielded surfaces so uniform they enhanced photographic equipment, fostering dreamy captures of fleeting moments. The air, tinged with the scent of cooling metal and distant thunder, deepened the sensory tranquility of each shimmering pane. By the Roaring Twenties in America around 1920 CE, automotive engineers integrated rearview mirrors into vehicles, using silvered glass curved for wider views that captured the rush of highways like flowing rivers in miniature. The sturdy, vibration-resistant mount, cool and firm under fingers, mingled with scents of leather upholstery and gasoline fumes from bustling garages, providing a tactile calm amid the engine's rhythmic purr. Historical events note that these mirrors aided the Model T's mass adoption, silently witnessing the birth of road trips in their angled shine. In the twilight glow of sunset drives, the soft hum of tires on pavement harmonized with the mirror's gentle adjustments, weaving a soothing narrative of mobility and safety. These vehicular innovations, born from industrial ingenuity, democratized vigilant reflection, easing travelers into peaceful journeys across evolving landscapes. Amid the bustling innovation hubs of post-war America around 1950 CE, engineers at companies like Corning developed dielectric mirrors, layering thin films of materials like titanium dioxide on glass to create high reflectivity surfaces without metals shimmering like iridescent pearls in laboratory lights. The multi-layered texture, smooth yet subtly ridged under close inspection, carried faint scents of cleanroom antiseptics and warming electronics, inviting researchers into a rhythmic focus amid the hum of vacuum chambers. These optical wonders, used in early lasers and spectrometers, reflected specific wavelengths with precision, capturing the era's scientific surge in their ethereal, colorful glow. As fluorescent bulbs cast steady evening illumination over drafting tables, the soft whir of fans blended with the aroma of fresh solder and polished quartz, lulling minds into serene explorations of light's behavior. Trivia unveils that dielectric stacking, involving alternating high and low refractive indices, achieved near-perfect reflection for instruments like the Hubble Space Telescope's precursors, fostering dreamy visions of stellar clarity. The air, crisp with hints of ozone from electrical tests, deepened the sensory calm, turning each prototype into a gentle conduit for discovery. In the space race fervor of the Soviet Union by 1960 CE, cosmonauts relied on compact aluminized mylar mirrors in capsules, their flexible foil-like surfaces crinkling softly like autumn leaves, offering reflections in weightless environments amid the vastness of orbit. The lightweight, metallic sheen, cool and pliable to the touch, mingled with scents of recycled air and hydraulic fluids from control panels, providing a tactile anchor in the silence of space. Historical events recall that such mirrors aided Yuri Gagarin's historic flight, silently witnessing humanity's first orbital gaze in their durable shine. With the distant beeps of telemetry signals echoing in mission control, the mirror's subtle flex harmonized with the aroma of coffee in ground stations, weaving a soothing narrative of exploration and endurance. These space-age adaptations, resilient to cosmic extremes, expanded reflection's realm, easing observers into peaceful contemplations of infinity. In the digital glow of contemporary homes around 2000 CE, smart mirrors emerged in Silicon Valley labs, integrating LED screens behind silvered glass to overlay reflections with interactive displays, shimmering like portals to virtual realms amid the hum of connected devices. The seamless, touch-responsive surface, cool and faintly buzzing under fingertips, blended scents of fresh circuit boards and morning coffee from nearby kitchens, inviting users into a rhythmic blend of self and data in softly lit bathrooms. These hybrid wonders, powered by microprocessors, transform daily routines, displaying weather or fitness stats while capturing the evolution's culmination in their multifaceted shine. As dawn's light filtered through smart home windows, the gentle beep of notifications harmonized with the mirror's subtle illumination, lulling minds into serene mornings of augmented reality. Trivia shares that early models like those from Panasonic used capacitive touch for seamless interaction, fostering dreamy fusions of physical and digital selves. The air, tinged with the aroma of herbal shampoos and electronic warmth, deepened the sensory tranquility, turning reflections into gentle guides for modern life. Looking toward the horizon of nanotechnology by 2020 CE, researchers in global institutes developed metamaterial mirrors, engineered at atomic scales to manipulate light in unprecedented ways, offering perfect reflections or invisibility cloaks like whispers from science fiction. The ultra-thin, flexible layers, smooth as liquid silk to the touch, carried faint scents of lab solvents and innovation's electric charge, providing a tactile wonder amid the whir of quantum computers. Historical milestones note collaborations like those at MIT, pushing boundaries that echo ancient Obsidian's mystique in advanced optics. In the quiet expanse of future evenings, the soft pulse of adaptive surfaces blended with distant city hums, weaving a soothing narrative from primordial pools to infinite possibilities. These cutting-edge creations, with their precise nanostructures, invite eternal contemplation, easing the spirit into restful dreams where humanity's gaze upon itself knows no bounds. We've reached the end of another Drowsily episode, reflecting on the mirror's fascinating evolution. If this content helped you unwind, we'd love your subscription to continue crafting these peaceful narratives. Good night, and see you soon.